Hello, Trish. This is Big Al, and I'm gonna talk to you here for a while. And anyway, I just want to let you know that Kathy thought you did great. I thought you did great. You're doing a heck of a job. You're on a roll. And I mean, the first thing I'll say is you don't need anybody because you did it yourself, which is fantastic. I'm proud. I'm really proud of you that you've got the guts to do that. But here's what's going on. When I come out to see you, and I do all these videos for the customers, for you, it's work. In other words, if I have to hold that camera and I come out and to download and the effort to be good to people, it's fun for me, but it's work. So anyway, I came out and I think I made you some real good promos. I videoed you and made different things and created things and built you up. And like in life, I wanted a favor from you. And when we came out, what I wanted you to do was I wanted you to sing a song with Kathy. You goes, oh, well, I'd have to rehearse. Okay, well, that's good. But you know the song, man. Kathy knows the song, man. You work with each other. You know what? What's the worst thing that could have happened if you would have failed? And how could you fail? You can't fail. I mean, Kathy would have probably sang a harmony with you. You could have passed it back and forth. Here, let me give you an example. A Mustang Sally. I'll be two people. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Mustang Sally, think you better slow your Mustang down. Take it, Bill. Mustang Sally. Back and forth, and you play with it. The people would have loved it because I wanted you to say, hey, Kathy, and you're going to sing, man. Don't these men drive you crazy sometime? And I told you had to say, I mean, they're just something else. Kathy, come on, let's tell them about it. And she'd come on, okay, girl, tell me about it. And back and forth. Men, they're nothing but a group of grown boys. And sang it back and forth. Because your voices are comparable. You would have complimented each other. You could have had fun together, and it would have gone down in history. See, Trish, when Kathy and I had the Big Owl show, we would go to restaurants, and people. We even got shirts from Long Star Steakhouse in Montrose, and on my program, I wore them and I built them up, and people sang on my show for free. We always try to build and whatever. So anyway, what I'm saying here is when that night you didn't want to do something that I asked you to do. So I didn't video you that night. And I just thought, you know what? Just like you, I'll stay in my comfort zone because I can just sit there. I don't have to work. I don't have to. So on the same connotation of what's happening. Anyway, to make a long story short, you asked me on your speakers, Al, there's a line in the mic in. Which one do I? Well, for you, I mean, you don't know. Well, if one says mic, that's where you put your mic, and the line in is your chords. And I also told you that you have Bluetooth speakers. You don't have to run chords. You don't have to run them. I could have fixed it for you, but oh no, I gotta babysit my granddad. Okay, and I understand that, but I could have probably fixed it in 5 minutes, where you wouldn't have to use chords. It's called Bluetooth, and it's on your computer. But it might work out okay because if you're used to using the chords, go ahead and use them because looking from your side of it, without you even knowing, if you go somewhere where they don't have Wi-Fi, say you're outside or whatever, you don't need your cords. So you know what? If you're used to it, go ahead, no big deal. But let me just tell you something. A lot of people my age, a lot of my friends, listen to me. It's all I can do. I stay positive, and it's I don't like negativity. When people that are old, yeah, I had my gallbladder and then a doggone in my back. I don't want to be around that Because, hey, Trish, modern medicine saved my life 4 times. 6-way bypass, heart attack, gallbladder, appendix, and kidneys. And modern, everyone talks about how bad it is these times. Wow. We have cell phones. I used to have $150 phone bills calling my mom and dad in Florida. Now you do it free. You can see each other on the phones. People should be thankful. In Stagecoach today, if you were going to eat, or even water, sometimes they didn't have water, freezing cold, and it bounced around the Stagecoach. You go to the store, whatever you want. My God, we are living in a wonderful, fabulous, great time. And for people, and it's like these things I just told you, I don't want to talk about them, really. Okay? Okay. I wanted to work with you. And you had a PA, and I even told you, and I'm not hiding anything. I'll tell the people. I said, tell me you want 200. Since you're running the PA, you make 100 a quarter, and I'll come in for 75. And even at the Eagles, and I want you to understand this, Trish. If Kathy and I would come out every week, think what you want. Your business is going to build up. Why? Because they want to hear Big Al from the Big Al TV show, and Kathy, who had a TV show, sang at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, worked the Sheraton hotels, the Hyatt Regency in Tampa, the Don Cesar in St. Pete, played on Carnival cruise ships, and had their own TV show. We want to see them. And your business would build up if we continue to go out. Well, the news is I'm not coming out again. Okay? But I had a ball. I think you're doing great. But the negativity, and that's how I look at it. Well, I don't want to take it. What's the worst that could happen? Oh my God, front page. Kathy and Trish sang and Kathy messed up a word. Or, on my TV show, I grabbed people and said, come on, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And it was wonderful. It was fun. And you know what? Good for you. If it's work, great. But when I go out and I sing, I sing for the people. Even coming out there, I'm not really a great country singer, but last week I did all country songs. Charlie Dillon, sitting in the bar still, she's a lady down. I want it. And when we go to old folks' home, we do old stuff. I left my heart because I want to entertain for people, not for Big Al. Another thing, Trish, I'm picking you apart only to help you, not to beat up, not at all, because Trish, I care about you. And anyway, I saw you do 3 shows, and if it's gonna be Trish, you need to open with different songs. Because if you're predictable, oh boy, here we go. It's that damn pontoon boat again, first song. You can't do that. You have to change up. You got to change up. You've had 4 years of experience, 5, I don't know. I've had all my life. I was playing in bands in high school. I was making $25 a night when I was in high school, and that was big money. That was, and on the weekends, and hey, my cars were paid for, and But then, anyway, I just want to let you know, and I've told people in bands like that. I'll give you a quick story. I went out to Lake Ann. Larry Altop was playing out there. I idolize him. He's a great, and he's one of my very best friends. He's a good guy. So anyway, his band's playing out there, and he didn't know me. Well, here I had my bald head, and so he came up to be nice, and there was only about 6 people. It was in the daytime. It wasn't a night show, and nobody, very few people, or I wouldn't have done it. But anyway, he comes up, and he gets close with the camera, and he's singing, go, Johnny, go. So anyway, I motioned him over. I handed him my camera, and I took his mic. I said, go, Johnny, go. Well, my mama, then, whatever. Anyway, Larry, he was filming, but he went back to the stage, and he almost looked like and he said, "Who is that guy?" And Donnie Ginner and said, "That's Big Al. You don't mess with Big." I mean, and anyway, Donnie Ginner said to me, he said, and the word was, "Oh, you kicked Larry Alltop's butt." And I said to him, I said, "No way." I said, when you work with somebody for a long time, you forget how good they are. You forget. And I didn't kick, and I'm going to tell you what, I could never kick Larry Alltop's butt. And you know what, in a contest, Trish, as good as I am, you and me and Larry, somebody else could get in a contest, and you could win. Larry could. I mean, we're all decent singers. I think Larry is the best singer. He's bad. He's got years of experience. He's a pro. Better showman than me? Yeah. I mean, I'm decent, but he's. I mean, he dances around and all that. And Gerald, the black guy. Oh man, they're really so much better than me. I'm just they're steak, and I'm just a good hamburger, on entertaining. But anyway, Trish, here's what I want to let you know. If I'd have worked with you, if we'd have had the opportunity, and honestly, God, I could go either way. It doesn't matter. We got plenty of food. We're doing good. If I could have worked with you, I would have had the opportunity to build you up and tell people, hey, Tricia's got it. We could have worked with each other as a team. And I'm going to let you know in advance, when you play at the club every week and sing the same old song, and you'd be smart to learn a song a week, at least one. It's like a plane. Now see, Big Al's plane, I'm going to the moon, baby. I'm a starship. Look at this. I'm going to continue to climb. Before a plane crashes, they level out. On the pontoon. If you sing the same songs every week, people are going to forget how good you are. They're going to get used to you. They're going to get spoiled. When my folks moved to Florida, it was very high class. They had a Cadillac and a mom sold her business. My dad was a lawyer. They combined and bought a mansion in Florida. Now, when I was down there 35 years ago, they were going for $3 million. The house my mom and dad bought in Island Estate in Clearwater is probably worth about $5 million. Okay, and I went down and I stayed for a few months before I went on the road. I found a band. Anyway, and I got used. Their house, they had 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, sauna, swimming, right there on the bay. And that's why it was probably part of why it was so expensive. And I got used to it. At first it was like, whoa, wow, cool. I got used to it. It was a nice home. It was beautiful and all that. So I'm telling you, if you would have had me to break it up, it's like a hamburger and French fries. You could have been the hamburger, I could have been fries, however you want it. And you take a bite of hamburger, oh yeah, and then a bite of French fries. That's what I'm saying to you, Trish. And like I say, hey, you've done it on your own. Am I a necessity? No, because you're making it and you're doing good. You're doing great. And your sound the other night at the Eagles, right on the money. Great level. It was kicking butt. It sounds good. But I even told you about microphones. Okay, now I'm going to tell you a little bit more information. Okay, you have a windscreen on one of your microphones. You said to me, well, during the corona, they wanted to protect. That is the most stupid thing. They're thinking that's going to protect him, that cover. It's all the same. When you touch a telephone, well, I'm going to put a cloth over it. It's still going to that was nuts. Now, if you'd washed it off every time with alcohol, maybe maybe you better do a good job. So but when you put that cover over that microphone, they suck. It ruins the highs. It ruins the sound of the microphone. Now outside, if you're in a tornado with that, that's why they call it wind screen. It's not Corona screen. It's wind screen. Okay. My problem is I'm too intelligent. Just like me, constantly. I just brought an amp in here, and I had serious problems with it. I Googled it, and I got the book, and I was ready to quit, and I fixed it. Kathy's phone. Kathy has a phone. I'm not a computer, but I'm intelligent. I go after things. I'm aggressive, and maybe too aggressive for you. You don't need some man bossing your mouth. And you know what? I understand it. I know that you had a traumatic childhood, and I'm not going to tell people what went on, but you've been through hell. You've had it rough, and you know what? My heart goes out to you. You're tough. You're still scrapping, but let me tell you negatives. Okay, I don't want to sing with. I'm afraid. You know what? Kathy, she didn't want a smartphone. Oh no, it's too complicated, and I love mine now. Oh my God, she's playing games. She's getting smarter all the time, learning. She could not go without her phone, you know. And I got her on Facebook, her old classmates. She loves her phone. In the old days, I didn't want to run sound all the time. I said, Kathy, you're going to have to learn how to. I don't want to do that. And I said, Kathy, you have to do it. Anyway, Kathy got to the point, she was running sound better than me, and I'm good. I ran sound to Breakaway for Stars, along with Rick Powers. We worked together. You know what? I know what I'm doing. And she got where she was. But like anything, Kathy is a better singer than me. She can listen to a song 3 times. No, sometimes she'll have to work a little longer. But I got, Larry Altuff says, oh, you got to learn Rock and Roll Heaven. Jimmy gave us rainbow, Janice took a piece of her heart. I had to work. I listened to it 100 times. Okay? When I learned Lou Rawls, when it first came out, you'll never find as long as you live. Okay, when it first came out, it was a different melody. I never heard it before, so that was a part of it right there. I had to learn it from scratch. I worked on it for 8 hours. Okay, now I played in a band, and sometimes the dance floor, there'd be 100 people on the dance floor. We played a big dance floor, 75, 100, and 3 times a night, because that was number 1, 1976, number 1 song of the year. We had to do it 3 times. And they were mounted around, and you'd see all these people going the same step. You'll never find as long as, oh, Al, you sound like Lou Rawls. Oh, Al, you are great. Oh, Al. I don't sound like Lou Rawls. Even in the studio, now that makes a difference. Okay, on this phone, Lou Rawls is here. In person, I'm up here. In a studio, I'd be up here. Lou Rawls, when I talk, listen to it. It sounds like a chipmunk. When Lou Rawls, yeah, well, no, I went down to the store and I found my, you know, his voice, his class, when he sings, Lady Love, your love is peaceful, like that's I want to be, natural and free, living for me like a natural man. I mean, his voice, if we sang side by side, you'd say, Al, are you weak? You know, there's just no comparison. And when I do, I'm no Elvis. I don't sound like, Love on the Rocks, Neil Diamond, Barry White. My darling, can't get enough of your love, babe. On the road again, I had the Georgia, Unchain My. I had the essence of all the singers, but I really don't. and I'm no Joe Cocker, my God. But David Clayton Thompson, I'm in the ballpark. I'm not scared of dying. That's pretty good. I could probably do a tribute. Carl McCullough wanted me to do a tribute for Charlie Daniels with a beard. Sitting in a burn so I can like it. And you know what? Whatever. So anyway, Trish, I won't be coming out. And to all the people, let me just tell you people who, if you're watching this video, go out and see Trish. She runs a great job. Trish is a hell of a good singer. And anyway, and the people out there, man, already I love them. I mean, there's some nice, friendly. It's a friendly. If you want to go out and have a few drinks, every Wednesday, check it out. But like I say, Trish, I'm going to post a video of me and Gerald. Gerald wanted to sing Unchain My Heart with me. And anyway, we were out at the railroad station in Talmadge. Of course, there at the Circle, Larry Alltop and I worked at Fire and Ice. You know, we've done the Sheratons, the Hiltons, the Upper Deck, Dusty's, Dietz's, on and on and on and on. Oh, Guys Party Center. So anyway, Larry Alltop, and I'll say this real quick. Larry Alltop sang on the Mike Douglas show, the Joy Bishop show, in Vegas. He was out in Vegas for a while. I forget, it might have been the Tropicana. I don't remember for sure. But when I sing with Larry, man, and is Larry a better singer than me? Yes. Larry's better. Kathy's better. And you know what? It doesn't matter. You know, I know what I've got. But let me say something, Trish. I could sing at the Woodstock right now. And you know how nervous I would be? None. Some people are going to say, oh, he's great. Some people are going to say, oh, he's pretty good. And some people say, he sucks. You know, it's like the presidents. You know, Trump, people love him and people hate him. So it's like anything, Trish. You're in the music business. You're in the game. But anytime, Big Al, if I come in and make any suggestion, it's not to compare or beat you or whatever. Kathy would have worked with you, and you would have bonded, and you would have saw right there the power. Because them guys sitting at the bar, here's two girls up there, and they're going, hey, girl, hey, come on, hey, Trish, and men, talk about men, back and forth, and you didn't want to do it. I can't deal with negativity. I don't want to hear aches and pains. It's all I can do, and I don't tell people this. I've been at the points I've been suicidal. I didn't want to, the dialysis, when I sit here like this, if I move the wrong way and touch my phone, the machine goes off. So if they're busy and it takes 10 minutes to give it, it's 10 minutes added to my time. When you do 4 hours and a half, counting holding your blood, when you do that, it's not good. Where I was in hell. Now I'm in heaven. So it is much better. But where I was, if I could have pressed a button and not be here anymore, okay. Now I'm going to give you some negatives. If I could have pressed a button, and Kathy would have been happy, my sister would have been happy, and my dogs would. The only reason I was alive was because of the things I love. But if I could have pressed a button then and got out of here, and then when I'm out of here. Now I really don't feel like that. But Kathy and I, we spoil each other. I want to be happy. And when I have to do music and it's work, I don't want to do it. I just thought that I wanted to train you. I don't want no man bossing me in town. I would have given you ideas and songs, and I would have seasoned you. I know that. I'm a creative genius, and these videos I'm making, and I keep posting over and over and over. Stars are picking up on my ideas. So stars are picking up on my ideas. Billy Joel, Billy Idol, now Tony Bennett's page, they put it on there. Joe Diffie, on and on, Queen, another one. I make these goofy videos, and they're putting them on their pages. If they do it and think I'm creative, wouldn't you think the same thing, Trish? Wouldn't you think that I could make you even better than what you are? And like I say, you're doing great. You don't necessity? Hell no, I'm not a necessity. But you had a golden opportunity to work with someone who would have built you up, who would have made you better. I would have picked out songs you never heard of, girl. I would have told you to do things that you would have never done. But if you're not, you're tough enough to move your equipment in the cold. You're tough enough, but tough enough to work with Big Al. Not now. And I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'll give you another year because you've learned. When you first started, I heard the sound. People told me that it was not on the money, and I know. Steve Gabler came out. Now, Steve Gabler, he's a technician. He knows his stuff. Steve Gabler, all my respect. Carl, I'm sorry. Carl was not an expert, but he could hear, but I wish I could. Johnny, I hear the train. He's a 10 and I'm a -2. I can't do Johnny Cash, but Carl, man, he's just spectacular. But anyway, and Carl's in bad shape, and I love him. So anyway, am I like a father to you? Well, I don't know if I'm old enough to be a grandfather, Trish, but believe me, my intentions, like I say, if people aren't willing to work with Big Al, if you don't want any part of me, you know what? Good for you. And it doesn't bring you down in my eyes because you're a scrapper. I'm proud of what you're doing. I like your sound. Get that damn windscreen off that microphone. Okay, that's number one. Just to tell you as a giver, Larry Altop had an SM58, a good mic, and then he had another mic that was a piece of shit. Sorry for saying shit. But anyway, I gave him an SM58. That was a $105 microphone, and we're in debt. I $6,000 in debt total, but we're still paying, and we're doing pretty good because Kathy retired, so we should have it taken care of it within six months to a year. And but we don't have a lot of money. I don't get very much money, but when there's deals, that's why our house is a Puerto Rican pawn shop. When there's deals, man, we buy stuff. So anyway, I gave it to Larry. Now he has two good mics, And a little information, the mic you use, the old-time looking mic, all that is a SM58 Shure. But the SM58 Shure is a different enclosure. Well, that enclosure, the SM58 is a better sounding mic. Okay, that mic is not all that great. It looks nice, but in your case, you don't need it for show. I would rather use a better sounding mic. So that's just my personal opinion, and it's up to you. I mean, it sounds okay. It's not a bad sounding mic, and it sounds good. But an SM58 or the mics that your other mics, I would say probably are better if you compare them side by side. Okay, so Trish, like I say, what I'll do is, since you've learned, and you were telling me today, well, they want me to bring these people, and they asked my following. Listen, everything you're going to talk about, I've been in music all my life, been there, done that. What time is it, Alexa? What time is it?
It's 4:40 a.m.
4:40 a.m. Okay. Anyway. And Trish, if you're to come over here, I want you to come over. Of course, you're with your children on the weekends. You're busy. You're tied up. But if you're to come over, man, I was going to give you some of this. I would have given you a jar of this, and I would have given you some of my birthday cake and other foods. Anyone that comes over, we had a girl come over yesterday. talking about changing Kathy's insurance from Social Security, and I gave her my famous chicken salad, and what I do is I put different seasonings, chicken from Walmart, and the chicken seasoning from Acme, but I use blue cheese, Thousand Island, sweet and sour, ranch. I mix these together with mayonnaise, and my chicken salad is the bomb. And I made a salad yesterday, and I'm gonna try and make it too quick. My God! Well, the recipe's on there. I mean, I put in everything. I had a cookbook I was selling. People bought it not because they loved me, but because they tasted my stuff. But I was selling for $20, 16 recipes. And anyway, when you bought my cookbook, you stood alongside of me holding the $20 in the book, and I put them in picture frames, and I put the $20 in there. So right now we have $800 I sold, and I haven't really. I just sort of quit, and I would just mention it. But anyhow, so when I die, Kathy has something to fall. If she needs it, she can take the money out of those picture frames. So, but anyway, Trish, like I say, oh, back to you. Yeah, man, you had a terrible experience in your life, and that's for you to tell people, not me. And my heart goes out to you, and you're still coming back, Well, Kathy, you look at Kathy. Oh, boy, she looks nice. Look at her. She's a glamour puss. She's, Kathy lived in the projects. Just a quick story. One night, she had a brother and a sister, and one night her brother was raising Cain in the bedroom, and the dad came in, and he said it was Kathy. Well, Kathy got a spanking, and her dad, he left him. Raised in the projects, they didn't have pizza. They didn't have hardly ever pizza. I mean, she had it tough, and you know what? Man, I'm so lucky to have Kathy, and just like Kathy, and I call you a generic Kathy. I mean, you're right. Kathy's great, and nobody can hang with Kathy. But Trish, you're right. And on Patsy Cline. Bye, Kathy, because you've got it down. Loretta Lynn, bye, Kathy. You kick her butt. And you know what? Kathy will be the first to admit it. She's not jealous of you, and you shouldn't be jealous of her. Even sometimes you and I could have used Kathy. And Tony, tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. And our theme song would have been, come and knock on my door. We'd play that. We could have, and I can hook all this stuff up. We could have had it every night before we did a Three's Company. I mean, my mind is a genius. Trust me, Trish, trust me. I am a creative genius. Real quick, a couple commercials. No, I'll just tell one. I'll tell two. And I've done more. But I went to Giuseppe's one day, and Angelo Zimbardi, I went to high school with him. I said, Angelo, if you could have a commercial, what would you want it to say? And he goes, like this, and he told me what he wanted. So anyway, I came home. At that time, I was set up. I had a studio in my computer. I can't believe I learned how to work. It was complex. And anyway, on the piano, on the guitar, on the drums, on the bass, I wrote out the words, who makes the best pizza? And anyway, I had the equipment to do it I made covers just like you buy in a store, and Giuseppe's, and who makes the best pizza, and in 2 hours, Trish, 2 hours. Some people take a month. In 2 hours, I had the commercial. I took it back with the cover, me with a Godfather hat on, and anyway, I said, hey, Angelo, he put it in a player, and he went, oh my God, how much? Huh? And I said, Angelo, you've always been good to me. We played parties, and he'd be there, and he'd tip us $100 to play over another hour. And so I said, you've always treated me good, Angelo, no charge. Well, anyway, next day was on WNR. Standing back, they called it my one-hit wonder. because they were requesting, because it was an Italian thing, requesting my commercial. So anyway, I went in there about a week later, and Angelo said, here's an envelope. I said, no, I'm not taking it. We argued. He said, I'm Italian. How you're going to take it? You give it to Kathy, but I'm telling you, you're going to take it. I said, okay. He gave me $200 till he gave the pizza shop to his son. He gave me free pizzas for close to 2 years. Okay, and he was there on Monday and Friday. Trish, I would go other days because I didn't want to take advantage. And I went in one day, I said, Angelo, I said, I've been coming on other days. He said, Al, listen, you made me a lot of money with that commercial, a lot. He said they were coming from Medina, Ravenna, Streetsboro, to see if I had the best pizza. And I remember driving by and even stopping in, and it was lined up. And the song went, who makes the best pizza? And so anyway, it worked out for me because that saved us a lot of money. So anyway, I got to be friends with Joe D'Angelo, D'Angelo's Pizza down on Main Street. Older guy. I went in, really liked the guy. So we started talking. And so anyway, I wrote a song, and it starts out, dun, 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 if you're looking for a hot rice, dun, 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 you came to the right place. If you're looking for a chick. Anyway, I took that in, and him and his wife and his sister and brother-in-law were in the kitchen dancing to it. I could see him. And it was, next day it was on WHLO. I had the only singing commercial on WHLO. So, and I just threw the stuff together. Quick, you see me on stage. I'm a badass when it comes to working with people, talking to people, and all these things. And don't you think I haven't trained Kathy? And I have, and I'm going to take credit for it. Kathy has learned to relax, have fun. Out to Shamrock, when we did the Big Al show, man, and anyway, I did that song. I bought some glitter wig, and I did that song Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo with the wig on. And I went out and I grabbed two girls who were sitting at a table, and another girl's over here, and another girl. I said, come on, get up here. And they said, oh, and I said, bullcrap, you're doing it. I made them. So they put on these glitter wigs. And go to YouTube and watch Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. They're back there going together in unison, and you just thought they'd been in the band all their life. And they weren't playing. I gave them guitars without strings, and Trish, you have to go, and like I said, it's that plane. If you're afraid and you want to level out, me, I'm on. I'm going to the moon. I'm going to Mars. I'm going to Jupiter. Let's see, in order. Mercury, Mars, Venus, Earth, then Mars, Mars, races, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. That's it in order. Anyway, I won't even get into that. That ship goes at 25,000. Anyway, it doesn't matter. No big deal. But the moon goes around the Earth, and we only see the light side. It takes 28 hours, and so anyway, who cares about that? No one really cares. But let me just say this, Trish. Like you say, I mean, no hard feelings. It's just that if people don't want to work with me and trust me, and you know what? And I don't blame you. So many people are crooked and screwed up. Not me. I'm an angel. I help. I've done things that you would have no idea. I'm always willing and wanting to improve things. I don't want things to go down. If I'm affiliated with it, I want to go up. And to work with me and have the status of working with Big Al from the Big Al TV show, And it is status. And you saw your people the other night. They weren't booing Kathy and I. Okay? They were appreciative, and it makes it that much more fun for us. But I'll give you another year. Then maybe, if I'm still alive, I'm going to be 77 Sunday. Maybe if I'm still alive, you might want to do something with me. You know, and you're not doing that. If you're not ready, hey, good for you. Stay in your comfort zone. But Trish, learn. You got to learn a song a week. Because when you level out, someone else is going to come in and steal your job. They're going to take it away. Why? Because they're different. Okay, and there's always young people that are learning who they have energy, and you say, well, who's this guy? Who's this Bob dude? And just like Kathy and I were singing with tapes, we sang at Presswick Country Club. Bands they couldn't believe we were in there singing with tapes years ago, backup tape. And I was making some of the songs too on my computer back then. But, you know, now Larry's doing it. Gerald, 30 years, 25 years later, then people start getting into it. And me on the computer, this creative art I'm doing, I'm a pioneer. I don't see anybody else doing it. This is a Big Al original. So I could have, and I'm going to say mold you, I could have made you from very good to great. I would have improved you a lot. I would have shown you tricks and things that you would have been so proud of yourself. But you're in your comfort zone. You're nervous. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he'll keep bossing me around. And that's okay. That's normal. So you're being normal. To take on me as a coach it'd be a pain in the butt because I'm demanding, but I'm not doing it for Al. I've been doing it for you. Trish, I love you. I respect you. And Kathy and I had a good time. We both think you do a great job. And like I say, necessity, you don't need me. You're doing great. So, Big Al, over and out. 42 minutes of preaching. I hope I didn't drive you nuts. Bye.